Well, hello and welcome to this month's Founders Friday, which actually should have been last Friday. So normally we do the Founders Friday events on the last Friday of every month, but because of the half-term holiday and the Halloween preparations last week, I thought it best to just wait until more people are around. And also I had my hands pretty full looking after my two kids as well. So glad I did do it because we've got some great presentations and talks to share later on today. So for anyone that doesn't know about Founders Friday, up until the lockdown, we were doing these every single month on the last Friday of every month as a physical event in the Tuss Park Eagle Lab co-working space in Newcastle. The format since we've started doing them online is different. It's not as long an event. We used to run from 10 in the morning until about 3 in the afternoon with the lunch and breaks and a load of sessions and talks throughout the day. But we're not quite at the same level yet doing it online, but still trying to maintain the same or similar ethos to what we did before. So in a nutshell, if you're watching this within the private Facebook group, all of our events, all our Newcastle Startup Week events and Founders Friday events are now taking place inside the private Startup Week community Facebook group. So you need to be a member to access this normally. So thank you to everybody who has already joined. We've got a load of new members just joined this month and last month. I think at the minute we've got 172 members of this private Facebook group. Some were already in earlier this year. Some have just joined recently. So thank you for joining. Throughout the year, basically the format is every Monday to Friday, I'm sharing content inside the Facebook group along the same 5 themes that would normally take place during the Startup Week events. So Monday is inspiration, Tuesday is getting started, Wednesday is funding and finance, Thursday is growing and scaling, and Friday is keep going or pivot. So every day I've been sharing something along those topics. So my own thoughts on those different themes or some useful resources or some tools or tips or techniques or anything else that I think would be of use to other people who are either in the process of starting a business or have already started a business and are in the still early stages, because those 5 themes are the kind of main themes that every entrepreneur or business owner will go through. So I'm sharing stuff in there and I know people are finding it useful and they're commenting and liking what I'm doing, which is great. But also I just wanted to reiterate that you're all welcome to share things in the Facebook group as well. You don't have to just wait for me to put stuff in there. It's just I am committed to putting stuff in there, usually first thing in the morning, Monday to Friday. But if anybody's got any questions on anything around starting or growing a business, feel free to post it in the Facebook group and I'll try and answer if I can, or signpost you to somewhere where you can get the help that you need. But other members as well, we've got some fantastic members in here who will and can chip in and offer their advice and insights as well. So please don't just feel like you have to wait for me to post something. You can put stuff in there anyway. Okay, so after this, I'm going to try and keep it brief because I'm going to do a one-to-one with one of our new members, Helen. So what I've been doing is anybody who pays to join the Startup Week community, I'm doing these welcome one-to-one sessions with people, and I'm really enjoying these. This is something that I've been doing for years. I used to work for local enterprise agencies, youth enterprise schemes, and since running my own business as well, I was regularly having coffees and catch-ups and trying to give free help and advice and signposting and matchmaking wherever I could. But obviously during the lockdown, I haven't been able to do that as much as before. But I'm finding I'm really enjoying doing that, and the people that I'm speaking to seem to get quite a lot of value from that as well, because I do have a good, strong network online and offline. I've got good insights into the whole startup process and small business, but also people who have been in business for a few years as well, maybe at a bit of a crossroads, a bit stuck, don't know how to grow their business or tap into new markets. I'm enjoying speaking to those guys as well, giving them some advice and some tips and suggestions on how they could use digital marketing in different ways, social media, how they could tap into my network, and some of the things we've been doing are basically leveraging my influence online and offline and my network and doing things together, and also just making sure people are getting the most out of the startup community. And often it's just kind of giving people a bit of confidence and reassurance that they're on the right track and that they're doing the right sort of thing. And because it can be difficult, especially if you're doing it all on your own. So it's nice sometimes to just verbalize what you're doing and get some immediate feedback from someone. So that is something I'm enjoying doing. If you've recently joined the Startup Week community, if you just paid to join and you haven't already taken me up on the offer of doing a one-to-one, please do that. It's something that I want to do with all of you. And if there's anyone watching this who you think, I know somebody who is just starting a business or would like to start a business and they would really benefit from being in here and having a one-to-one with Paul. It's not just about marketing or social media. It can be just anything to do with starting or growing a business. Then please do encourage them to join as well by going to newcastlestartupweek.com/community. Okay, soon after this, I've got 4 great video presentations, talks, interviews to share with you. So the first one I'm going to share is Vicki Laffley. So Vicki is the founder of the Content Quarter, specializing in social media marketing, content marketing, really good at analytics, Wix, different web platforms for creating small businesses. But she's done a really good talk about Google Analytics for startups and micro businesses, which a lot of people do use Google Analytics, but they don't really use it very well, or they don't really know what they're doing, or they're kind of overwhelmed with all the information in there. So I do use Google Analytics. I don't use it as often as I should. One thing that I do try to do on a Friday, the Keep Going or Pivot Day, is I try to carve out some time every Friday to review things like Google Analytics and look back at all the things I've been doing in the week that's just been, and see how well things have been performing. So Google Analytics is something that I do normally look at on a Friday. But in the short video that Vicki's done, it's really great. She talks about her favorite feature in there, which is called behavior flow. And it is something I've looked at before, but I kind of forgot about it. And when I was watching the video the other night when she sent it through, it is a really useful tool. It basically shows how people are moving through your website. So what pages they start off on and where they go next. And actually, when I looked at it, I realized that people weren't actually moving through my website in the way that I wanted them to. So as a direct result of watching that video, I've actually removed some of the pages from the top menu to stop people from doing that, because I don't want people to go to certain pages. I want them to go to other ones as well. So that was really useful. Thank you, Vicki. I encourage everyone to watch that. And she's a lovely lady, got loads of bags of knowledge and insights. And so if you need any help with social media marketing, content marketing, analytics, definitely speak to her. Also going to share a great video by Richard Harkness. I know quite a lot of you have been following Richard. He used to be a GP. He was a GP or a doctor for about 20 years, I think. And then earlier this year, he decided that he wasn't feeling fulfilled and he was going to stop that and start his own business. So he's now, he's launched his own business called My Geek Den. And it's a great website. He's selling some fantastic products. I've already bought some canvas prints from him, which I absolutely love. And I've got a few other things in mind that I'm either going to buy for myself or others in my family, or I'm going to ask Santa to buy me for Christmas as well. But yeah, Richard, his website, it's all kind of geek inspired gifts and products for you or your home. So he's going to talk about his journey and why he started his own business and how that came about, and also show you some of the great products that he's got on his website. So I encourage you to check that out because it's a really, really good video to watch. I love hearing people's stories of how they got started. Also got a video by Phil Erson. He's not yet a member of the Startup Bee community, but I'm hoping he's going to join soon. So Phil is a life coach. He spent a long time in the banking industry, and then he retrained as a coach, life coach, and he's sharing a really cool, clever little technique, just getting you to think more clearly about how your views, your opinions, and your beliefs are actually driving your actions and your mindset, and the results that you ultimately achieve off the back of that. So great video again, just to help give you a bit of clarity and get you understanding how everything's connected and how you need to get the how you maybe views and beliefs from the past might be affecting what you're doing now, and what you might need to do to change the ultimate outcome. And then also got a video, an interview that I did with Jenny Stewart, who's the membership advisor from the Federation of Small Businesses. So the FSB, a lot of people will have seen them or heard about them, but and I was aware of them for many years, and I've always admired all the great stuff that they've done, lobbying and campaigning on behalf of small and micro businesses. But I didn't actually appreciate just how good the membership was and all the great benefits that you get as being a member. So we do a little conversation there about the FSB. I've actually joined the FSB. I am a member. I thought it was about time I joined, so I joined in September. And so we talk about basically how the FSB, if you become a member, it can help you save money and also ensure both your business and yourself is in good health, because they have lots of special offers, discounts, help you save a lot of money, but also make sure that your business is protected. But they have also great things like personal care as well for the business owner. So if you've got any sort of ailments, any illnesses, it can protect you for that. You can get it's a free helpline that you can call a trained nurse 24 hours a day, anytime, as many times as you like. And if you do have something, whether it's a physical or a mental illness, or you're feeling stressed, or anything at all that's maybe affecting you, per illness or ailment, you can have £250. The FSB will put £250 towards the treatment of that. So it's a great little perk that I wasn't aware of. Anyway, encourage you all to check out that. So other things I'm going to say. Oh yeah, right. So let's see if I can do this. Share screen. Okay. Can I do this? I would encourage you all to check out the Startup Week blog. Okay, so I've basically just published 3 new blogs. So one is how to save time and effort with free HubSpot. I'll see if I can bring that up. Actually, it's probably easier to do it this way instead of just from memory. I do have it written down, but I'm going to show you. Okay. So let's see if this works. Okay, let's see if I can share the screen again. Okay, can you see this? I don't know if you can. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to come back because I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, so I've published three recent blogs, which I'd encourage you all to check out. Okay, so the first one is just in the last month in October. So how to save time and effort with free HubSpot CRM. So a lot of people regularly ask, does anyone recommend any CRM, any customer relationship management tools? Now I use HubSpot. I've been using it for the last 3 years, I think. And I couldn't run my business. I couldn't run the Newcastle Startup Week events or do any of the work that I do without the CRM. It's free CRM tool to manage all your contacts of your customers and clients, potential and existing, but also in that blog I explain how to manage everything and use it with your newsletters and data capture forms and stuff like that. So if you go to newcastlestartupweek.com/blog, that's on there. I've also written another one, 8 essential steps to starting a new business in the UK. Again, I put a lot of thought into okay, what are the key things that I think that every new business should do? So I encourage you to check that out and just make sure that you have done all 8 of those, or that you're working towards doing all 8 of those. if you can. And then a one that I've just published yesterday is 5 ways to boost your business with Newcastle Startup Week, Founders Friday, and Tribes. So I'm going to share links to all of these underneath this video. But that blog basically, a lot of you are already doing it, but and it's basically how you can leverage our network or my network and influence and make use of the Startup Week community to boost your business. So start from the free things that you can do. So encourage you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, join the Startup Week community, which many of you have already done that if you're in the Facebook group already, and if you're not, if you're watching this elsewhere, I encourage you to do that. I am now looking for sponsors as well. So I'm looking for people who might want to sponsor and appear in a video interview with me or a podcast, because the podcasts and the videos that I've been doing are getting a lot of traction now. So that is a really good way for you to reach a much larger audience than you probably could on your own. So some of the videos that I've been doing recently, particularly LinkedIn Live, I'm going to talk about LinkedIn Live later. I'm going to come back on and do a session just about LinkedIn Live. LinkedIn Live is a new feature that not everybody has at the moment. It's something you actually have to apply to be have that feature added to your account. But I've got LinkedIn Live at the minute, which means that I can live stream direct into the LinkedIn platform. And what I'm finding the last year or so, of all the places to put videos, LinkedIn is definitely the place at the minute where you get the highest amount of engagement and the highest number of views anyway. So if you put videos on there organically, if you upload a video direct to LinkedIn, usually always get far more views in LinkedIn than I would on Twitter or Facebook or anywhere else at the minute. But LinkedIn Live just means that you can literally live stream straight into the LinkedIn platform using something like StreamYard. So that's what I'm using right now. I'm using something called StreamYard, which lets you live stream into multiple platforms. I can at any one time, I can live stream straight into a Facebook group, onto a Facebook page, onto the YouTube channel, Periscope on Twitter, and now LinkedIn Live. So the blog explains a bit. It's got some links to some examples, but I did 2 LinkedIn Live videos last month in October, the first 2 I've ever done, and both of them got really, really high level of engagement and a lot of views in a very short space of time. So the last one that I did with Jim Scott, who is another member, that had 1,382 views so far, and I think within 24 hours it had over 1,000 views. So that's just an example of how LinkedIn Live can really help you reach a very large audience. So that is something that if you might be interested in doing with me. So have a read of that. I am also looking for people who might want to sponsor the Newcastle Startup Week and Founders Friday activities. So even though we're not doing physical events anymore, I'm shifting the focus that instead of Newcastle Startup Week just being 1 week in a year, I'm saying, well, every week is a Startup Week. So the website now, the blog, I'm changing it to be just an all year round resource with tips and advice and articles. So if that's read the blog. If it's not necessarily you, it might be someone else that you know. If they are providing products or services that are specifically focused at startups and scale-ups, and they support what we're doing and want to keep all this activity going, then I'm looking for sponsors in there. And then also this new Tribes platform as well, which I've been talking about. That's something that I've been really busy with lately, and the plan is that to launch this new Tribes platform, which is going to be a signposting and matchmaking service for speeding up the process from idea to exit and all stages in between. So think of it like Newcastle Startup Week and everything that happens at Newcastle Startup Week, but all year round, online and at scale. Okay, so if you like the sound of that, that is something we're planning to launch in May. We've already got a bunch of people who are saying that they want to be first users and test it and give some feedback. But I'm also looking for some partners who might want to be a bit more heavily involved and in supporting that platform and the development of it over the coming months. So encourage you to check out the blog and see all that. Right, I'm going to come off in a minute because I've got to upload the first video from Vicki, but also I'm doing a one-to-one, like I say. But some other things I just wanted to say, Tribes update. things are going really well with that. We're getting lots of positive feedback, lots of interest in what myself, Mark Rennie, Andrew Erson, the three co-founders, what we're doing. Lots of buzz and excitement, which is great to see. Having some really interesting conversations with potential partners, potential users, some potential funders and investors. So everything's going in the right way. We've got our tribes merch. The photos seem to be popular when we're uploading them to social media as well, and LinkedIn as well. The LinkedIn articles are going down really, really well. But in the last few weeks, we've been really focusing on trying to finalize our pitch deck and try to articulate exactly what it is that we're trying to do in a succinct way, because there's a lot that we do want to do, but we're just having to kind of simplify the message, I suppose, and just really based on feedback that we're getting from people, just to make sure that they are both excited by the opportunity, but also understand it, because like anything new, it makes sense to you, but when you're trying to bring people along with you for the ride, you sometimes need to simplify it to get full buy-in. Anyway, really busy with the pitch deck. It's almost there. I think we're on to version 4 already. It's looking really, really good. Just finalizing the financials at the minute, and we are starting to have some really exciting conversations with funders and investors. So that's it for now. I'm going to come off now. Like I say, I'm going to put the first video from Vicki up now. I'm going to be back in here a little bit later. I'll be sharing links underneath all the videos, and I'm going to come back on a little bit later and do something else about LinkedIn Live, I think. Okay, so that's it for now. Stick around. Like you say, you can watch things live, you can watch things on replay, you can come back in and out whenever you want. Ask any questions, and I hope to speak to you soon. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.